Hello there and welcome back. I am Ramona. This is the Smell of Logic channel where I read Reddit stories, personal encounters, paranormal, supernatural advice, all kinds of stuff. Just kind of running amok here with interests. But this is a topic today. Not a very long video probably. Have you ever bought a haunted item at a thrift store? Maybe quite a few people have. I have bought stuff at thrift stores. I refuse to go to garage sales, though, because that actually scares me. I don't know why thrift stores I don't feel so bad about. Doesn't make any logical sense, but here we go. I have known a few people who have ended up with paranormal phenomenon going on in their homes because of a haunted object they bought at a thrift store. So if anyone has a paranormal story to share involving a thrift store, please share your story. So here we go. First one. No, but every time I see something creepy, I point at it and say haunted, just so it knows that I know. And the reply is, I'm going to start doing this. Yep, me too. There's this painting I've seen 3 times in 3 different thrift stores of a little girl getting kissed on the cheek by a little boy. But the girl has this dead, blank stare at you that is so freaking creepy. I always take a picture of it and send it to my sister and tell her it's found us again, because she found it at a thrift store too after I sent it once. And someone says, I'm curious to know what it looks like. You can probably Google that. You can probably find something like that. No, not that I'm aware of. That said, my wife sages everything I buy thrift that I keep getting and not flipping. I'm not of that mindset. Does she? And someone replies with, so she doesn't sage the flipped items? I hope you include GWP in your item descriptions. See, I never thought about that, saging the items. I sage regularly and stuff, but now you got me concerned. I may have to start doing that, just out of, better safe than sorry. No, but I got a bad feeling about certain items at the thrift store. I didn't buy it, but there was a vintage last rites kit at my GW that creeped me out hardcore. I knew what it was, and it wasn't the association with death that bothered me. It's like it carried the most evil vibe. It gave me the feeling that whoever owned it was this horrible person. I put it back on the shelf and left quickly. A few days later, I tried to go to the same store, but felt paralyzed with fear of that object as soon as I turned into the parking lot, so I didn't even stop the car. Yeah, that's kind of scary here. Nope, but I think that would be a fun experience. But I do have these stories of odd experiences at thrift stores. I was at a Savers thrift store with my boyfriend, and we were walking past the toy section, and one of the dolls just fell off the shelf right in front of us as we were walking by. I just picked it up and put it back and continued on. Then the other weird experience I had was at a different Savers location. I was looking at some paintings, and there were these couches, recliners in that section. Well, out of the corner of my eye, I saw an older blonde woman sitting on one of these recliners. It didn't feel right, because I didn't remember seeing a blonde woman near me before I started looking at the paintings. So I looked back at the couch, and there was nobody there, and also no blonde woman in the vicinity. Let's just say we get a lot of phantom alerts at our warehouse security cameras in the middle of the night. When I open the app and review the video, there's either nothing or just spooky shadows. Not haunted per se, however, one of my exes bought this painting at a thrift store. It was of a woman with a falcon on her shoulder. The thing was massive and her eyes followed you around the room. He hung it above the TV, and after a few weeks, it started appearing in my dreams, even and continued long after we broke up. That's a little too freaky for me. I thrift so much and often that if something was haunted, I would never be able to pinpoint which item it was. Not haunted, but in the search for a used sofa or comfy seats, my boyfriend and I came across a chair with a very defined human outline. It spooked me out of the most out of all the sofas, so now I point to them and ask, who died on you? We'd likely not get them at a thrift store, but I'm still open to getting them directly from someone looking to get rid of one. I bought a very old painting of a boy at an antique mall. I found him hanging behind a large hutch, and the woman didn't even know that she'd had it. We worked out a price, and I own him now. He's hanging up above my sofa, and I swear his facial expressions change every once in a while. I also have one of 2 little girls that my mother is absolutely terrified of. I bought this really old, extremely heavy mirror with a wood carved frame. The glass was really thick and beveled, and the mirrored part of this was cracked. the foil type paper behind the glass. I guess that's how they used to make them. It was behind a bar near Tombstone, Arizona. Oh boy, that right there. No, I would say hell, fuck no. I bought it, brought it home, and nothing has been calm since. Extreme paranormal activity. I don't know how much of it is brought by the mirror itself, but I 100% believe that, for lack of a better word, it activates whatever is lingering in the home or property. I have had psychics bring it up to me on multiple occasions. They ask me about a mirror, to get rid of it immediately. They always have differing views on how to get rid of it, though. It's dangerous for others who are unaware, and I don't want that bad karma. Plus, it's beautiful, and it's hard to part with. After I felt I had PTSD with all of this activity that brought about, I had to cover it and put it in the basement. Currently trying to sell it to someone who knows how to handle such items. I don't want to toss it in the trash. I feel someone could take it and open Pandora's box again. It's like an amplifier of some sort. It weakens the vibration of the house until extreme instability arises. It's been in 6 homes in 10 years. Activity starts when the mirror is displayed. Anyone have an outlet for the disposal of such an item? Please share here. Also, sage does nothing to this item. I used to work at a thrift store. Always bought tons of things from thrift stores and never experienced anything unusual. My favorite toy ever was of a crow hand puppet from a thrift store. Freaky looking, sure, but I love him. There are a few times when we got these creepy dolls donated to us, though, and we joke about being haunted. There was once where we received a dozen sealed boxes of puzzles, with only one of them having been opened. They were required to examine opened puzzle boxes because a customer found needles in a box of puzzles brought to our place one time. And I found some long strands of hair among the puzzle pieces. I could only guess that a young girl who loved puzzles had died. Hence her parents donated all the puzzles and bought her that she never got to finish. This speculation was entirely baseless, but I don't know how any person who loved puzzles enough to buy that many boxes of them would just donate all of them away unopened. I'm at 44 now. When I was in my early 20s, I bought this super 70s fur coat from the thrift store. It was like $20. Saw it, passed it up, but eventually went back to get it. I don't know why, but I thought it was just so cool. Goodfellows-esque. Took it to my apartment, and in my memory, I felt it brought bad luck. I can't tell you what happened, but I felt it had super bad energy. I used to dress up in my room and just look in the mirror. Then it was thrown in my closet, never to be worn again. And eventually I threw it in the dumpster. I still think about it, and I can feel all the negative attachment. I've always been a person that sees and feels things. Many experiences of supernatural, me and my mom going to school to pick up a line, listening to a podcast, and she mentioned something similar. So I Googled it, and here I am. Glad I'm not alone. That damned fur coat. So there you go, a little few stories about some stuff. Be careful what you buy. See, now this is making me super paranoid, and I don't think I want to go back to my local thrift store anymore. I'll donate. I just don't think I want to buy anything from there anymore, because now I'm going to be paranoid. But anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this video. Go check out some other videos here on the channel. There's plenty. And if you're interested in things like coloring or reading, go check out my Amazon author page. There's all kinds of stuff there. New coloring books released every Monday. And a couple of novels and kids stuff if you're interested in that. But again, please go check out some more videos on this channel. I would appreciate it. Maybe leave a comment or a like. Subscribe or share a video if you find something you think somebody else would like. Until next time, thanks for listening and watching once again, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.